Alright, so let's take a quick peek at how my anchored setup looks and how I utilize it to the best of my ability. So all I'm using for my anchored setup is the support beam in my basement. It's got the weight of the house sitting on it, so I'm not going to pull this thing out, pull this thing down, whatever. I know this is nice and solid. That's the most important piece of anchored training or suspension training, is whatever you're connected to, it cannot fall down. You don't want to be able to pull it off the wall or pull something down. So make sure you got something solid. What I have to actually connect to the anchor are I'm just using a locking carabiner on top, or I hooked it right to the carabiners that are on my suspension strap, my suspension trainer, which I've doubled or tripled around up top, so it's got a good height to play with and it's nice and solid. And then on the bottom, I have two carabiners, a locking one and one that's easy to clip on and off. But I also have this strap, and this was originally for anchoring behind the door or something like that. Doubled up, might even be doubled and then wrapped twice. I can't remember, but it allows me to slide and change the anchor height anywhere that I want. So essentially, this is a really easy way, very similar to like a cable machine, where you'd pull a pin, slide the mechanism up so you have different angles, lines, different vectors of force to work with. Same thing right there. Very simple, nothing crazy. It's not imperative to have the ability to change to that much degree, but it makes it a lot easier to fully utilize what the anchor and anchored training can do for you. In terms of connecting to resistance or to the bands, I like to use the APT leg training harness quite a bit. And that allows me to free up my hands, so I can pair it up with free weights, my dumbbells, my kettlebells. I can connect using small piece of chain, little carabiner, clip it through, chain or band goes through, clip that onto itself. I also use the little piece of chain to connect bands onto the carabiner on my anchor as well. Sometimes I'll pull a band, depending on the situation. I can pull the band right through, doubled up, double resistance, and then I can use the chain, clip that onto my carabiner. Pretty quick and easy, nothing too complicated about that. And then I've got a few APT bands here that are got some super loops, or got some APT loops, and then I have I have a set of the Unbreakables, which have handles built onto them, and they have carabiners on there, so a good wide array of different ways that you can connect, that I can connect to the resistance. And the nice thing about the APT bands are they are comfortable, they're fabric, they're not going to break and snap. They have an end point where you can only stretch so far, so it allows you to generate max force, max effort, as well as keeps it from breaking, right? It's not going to snap and come back and get you. But yeah, majority of my work is done with those. And then the third thing, just to highlight, so this is like the newer addition, and that is the Tiger Fit Lab mat, the APT Bengal. This thing makes a big difference. I can generate a lot more force using the tackiness of this mat. It's grippy, it's not slipping on the cement itself. I can turn it, move it, there's a lot of surface area to work on, and you want to make sure you're not slipping around. You got good control of the contact, so you can generate more force, create more resistance, change angles really effectively, and not worry about having to slip or anything like that. If you're looking to set up your own anchored training system, you want to make sure you have full control of your connection points. One, your anchor, is it solid, and how you connect to it, making sure that's solid. The ground, making sure you can utilize that, you're gripping, you don't have a high slip surface. And then just things in terms of how you connect to the resistance, using whether it's chains and carabiners, or the leg training harness, or straps, or something creative that maybe you've found or you thought of that I haven't yet. I'd love to hear that. If you have an alternative to using the chains, like maybe a small strap or something like that you've seen, let me know in the comments, and I'll maybe take a look for it, because I'm always looking for cool new ideas. But yeah, that's about it. That's basically the bulk of my gym here. That's space effective. You know, you can get as creative as you want to be with the anchored training. And yeah, so hopefully I give you a few ideas. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.